taking all my pictures, getting ready for my listing. And I got into this one room. And for those of you who know me, I don't want to sound a little freaky or anything. I am an extreme empath. And I know that that's sort of like a big thing right now that people are talking about it. And I don't think that it's a new thing. I just think it's a thing that people are more comfortable talking about now. So I sort of pick up on different energies when I'm in different environments and different houses. Actually, something recently happened to me, but I won't discuss that one on the air. And so as I was in this house and I'm taking pictures, I'm in this one bedroom and I took a picture, and like you back then, like those little cameras, Melissa, you're probably much too young, and Tim much too young to even remember these little digital cameras. But like you would get a button and it would be green if it was like in good focus and everything. Well, I went into this one bedroom and it just was red. It just kept on, like, I just kept on getting a red dot, and I could not, for the life of me, get a picture. I was like, all right, well, maybe it's the lighting. Maybe it's my angle. So I tried every different angle. I must have tried over 10 times to take a picture in this bedroom, but couldn't get a picture. So later on, I was, talking to the homeowner, and she was really, really cool person. And like, I felt like I could like open up to her and say, okay, here's like something weird that happened to me. And so I told her, and she's like, that is so strange. She's like, we often think that there is a ghost in that bedroom. And I said, well, I just confirmed it for you because your ghost does not like electronics. So,
wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's my ghost story.
Well, there's plenty of scary movies that are all about that, and how you like can either the movie is you can capture them on camera or you can't capture them on camera. So we don't know. The jury's still out on that one. But in your case, it's very much they didn't like to be they didn't want to be photographed at all.
They did not want to be in there with them. They did not want any photos for sure.
Well, when I had a conversation with Julia, who helps us with the radio show and does our agenda for us now, she was saying, oh yeah, Sharon mentioned maybe continuing the conversation. And then later on in the day, she comes to me and says, yeah, so I've been doing some research, and, I'm trying to find some, fun, weird, wacky, like real estate, like stories and stuff in the South Shore. And a lot of them have to do with like haunted houses. And I was like, well, yeah, I would think, like, think of how old parts of, the South Shore are, and how, you never know what's in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I remember too, like, I'm sort of like going back on some of your conversations that you had with Kristen the other night. And one of them was that, when people ask us, like, we can't disclose. So we can't stigmatize a house, right? So if we get a listing, and first of all, can any of us really see a ghost? So I have a hard time, like, as a real estate agent, we have to disclose anything that we know about the house, right? But those are like facts that I can say, okay, well, according to the roofer, the roof is leaking. According to the foundation engineer, the foundation is cracked. According to Ghostbusters, there's a ghost.
Yeah,
like,
well, there are people in this world that believe that they do exist and they have seen them. So what if they sold a house? Are they going to be telling people that they're saying that they have to disclose it?
I don't know. Well, and that's the thing, though. We can't stigmatize the house. So the truth is I guess that would be one of those questions where the way we would answer it would be, we were told that's it, like, only if you ask. Like, that's the question too. Like, there are a lot of people who will not live in a home where somebody has died in. This is where I was getting to with you, and you just bringing up the fact of your conversation with Julia, who's, our admin coordinator at the office. Has anyone ever died in this house? Well, it was built in 1720. Like,
probably.
Yeah, I'm guessing, yeah, because like they didn't have hospitals where people normally died, right? So chances are yes. Actually, I have another ghost story. You want me to? I didn't want this to be like the Sharon and ghost stories, but I do have another one if you want to hear it. Unless you have something you want to talk about. Go ahead. Do you have something? So I have this other house in Kingston. It's actually one of my favorite listings that I ever had. It was up on a hill, and it was on Landing Road, and it was up on a hill. Beautiful, beautiful home. I actually had a piece done on it from a local reporter when we used to have newspapers back in the day. and about like the history of the home and different features in the home. I love, love, love antique homes, even though that might be something in the town of Pembroke that people think I don't because of the Turner House situation, but that's another story. I love antique homes and I'm just fascinated by them. And, you know what I love to try to do is like picture myself there. You know what I mean? Like during their era and during their time, like how nice it must have been to just sit in this window seat with a book rather than sitting in the living room with the TV, you know? So anyways, I was in this house and I was going around, again, really, really cool, chill people. Those people tend to find me anyway. So if you're really cool and really chill, I'm your agent. So I was going through the house and, you know, getting all the facts about it, some beautiful, beautiful features of it. This home was actually built by the land was owned by a famous shipbuilder in Kingston. And I'm going to tell a story about that in a second too, because it's a fun fact for the South Door. And he had given his land to one of his slaves. And it was his slave that actually built this home, okay, according to the research that was given to me. Really, really, really interesting story. So as I was going through this house, it was weird because like I felt like I kept on, and again, I don't see stuff, so don't think I'm cray-cray out there, but I felt like I just felt like seeing like this like shadow. And I was like, all right, I'm just imagining this. I watch way too much Dateline. Like, what is going on here? And I felt like, and this is going to sound weird. Like, I felt the presence of a woman, but more so a cat. Right? You know how I feel about cats right now?
Yeah.
Right? So, like,
don't say that because of my Zoe.
I know. I love your Zoe. Your Zoe is literally the only one. Like she should be on like Karina, like modeling.
I know. If anybody is an agent, a talent agent for cats, I have one that is available.
Yes. So I just felt like I was seeing this, like, again, like a premonition, but not something. Like I was feeling like a woman, like in a long dress and a cat. And it was just weird. Like I couldn't get past the cat thing. You think the woman thing would have scared me more, but it was like this cat. I was like, I don't know if I was feeling its presence. I was feeling something. And I finally said to the homeowner, I go, I know you're going to think I'm crazy. I'm sorry. But like, and this is why sometimes I start with, I know you're going to think I'm crazy. So then they know I think I might be too. Then it sort of, it helps them feel okay if they're feeling and seeing things too, because I think everybody can. It's just if you are open to it, right? And I told them, I was like, don't think I'm crazy, but I just feel like I see this shadow of like a woman in like a long dress, but more importantly, a cat. And they looked at each other as if I was a Ghostbuster. Yeah. And they were like, yes.
You just confirmed their suspicions.
I confirmed it. Yeah. So like the whole time they're probably, are we feeding off of each other? Like, what the heck is this? Like, what is this cat thing? So yeah, so that was a fun one.
Well, it's funny because so when you were talking about antiques, the first thing that popped into my head was you had a listing in Pembroke a couple of years ago that was an antique and you loved it. You loved everything about it. It was charming. You could feel people dancing in the parlor. Like it was a beautiful home. And I probably this was before COVID. So before like the huge rush. And so we were on the market for a little while and I probably did 5 or 6 open houses over there. And I just was so uncomfortable the whole time. Like I sat outside. I didn't sit inside the house. Like I could feel the energy, but maybe it was just overwhelming for me. But for you, you welcomed it and you're like, oh, I'll dance with you. But I just remember every time like walking in the house and being like, okay.
Yeah. And Mary felt the same way. Mary felt the same way in that house. And I think that it's something, and I think your key right there is that, and again, I don't know. So if you are, a medium and you are listening this morning, we would love to hear from you because we can do anything we want with our show because it's our show, right? 781-837-4900. We are live. I am Sharon Melissa along with Melissa Wallace, both of Boston Connect Real Estate. And we're talking about homes and quirky little things on the line of hauntings and ghosts But if you are a medium of some sort and you'd like to chat with us about this, so is it weird for us to feel these things? Let us know. 781-837-4900. Or if you have a fun ghost story for us or something fun like that. But in that house, it was interesting because I feel you're right. I think both, it was the energy in that house was extremely, extremely strong. It was very strong. So for you, where your body, you probably just like, I don't know what to do with this energy because it's real. I've never felt it like this before, where that's probably how I feel on a normal day, wherever I'm going. Like my empathness lately has been way too much, by the way. But I think that that's probably what you were feeling. Now, for me to get onto that story, again, I was doing my CMA, going through the house. They're telling me different things about the house. We got into this one room. It was a front to back living room, beautiful built-in antique home, beautiful mantle. It was just gorgeous.
It was a beautiful home.
Yeah, with the floors and everything. But when I got in there was a piano. There was a piano there, I remember. And I was with the husband and wife, and I know them from town because our kids are the same age and everything. And when I was in there, if you can see me on Facebook, this is what I felt like. I was just like, I felt like I just wanted to like dance, like in a grand ballroom or something. It was just like this magical, fun feeling I had inside of me. And I only had it in that room. And honestly, like when I'm in a home, I'm not really looking at anybody's paintings on the wall, unless they're vulgar. I'll tell you to take those down. I'm not looking at any of that. I'm looking at the floors. I'm looking at the features of your home, right? So I'm not looking around it all. So I get to this point where it bubbles up inside of me where I can't hold it in anymore. And sometimes I feel like it's just a message for the person that I'm listing the house for. And I just said, I need to ask. I was like, there's just something about this room that I love. I was like, I just feel like dancing. I said to them, I feel gleeful.
Yeah.
Well, how many times have I ever used that word? Right. I don't even watch
Glee.
This
is the only time I've ever heard you say it.
Yeah. But I did. I felt gleeful in this room, and they both looked at each other again, and they looked down at the piano, and on top of the piano, I did not know this, was her mother's ashes. And she was very, very close to her mother. Her mother had lived with her and everything until she had passed. I don't think that the mother had passed in the house. I think she passed in the hospital because it was sort of recent within the past couple of years that she passed. And she said, my mother was a dancer, like almost not like I don't know, like she wasn't on stage or anything, but she was a dancer. Mm-hmm. And a little bit more than just like your standard, I'm going out on Saturday night to go dancing. And she played the piano and everything. And that's what I was picking up on. Then I looked up on the wall and I did see this beautiful painting, and it was of somebody dancing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I just felt like super heavy when I was in the house. And luckily it was fairly nice out. So I would just sit on the front steps, and every time someone would come in, I'd go in and give them a tour and everything, and it was fine. It's just like I just felt a different energy, or like maybe it was just overwhelming for me. But like I said, you sort of welcomed it, and I was like, chaos.
I think you were afraid of it. I think you didn't know what you were feeling. And if you had probably let loose, you may have felt like you can't be afraid of it, because what you were feeling, that heaviness, was your fright. It wasn't what that energy was giving off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was another good one. I guess there's been a bunch of them, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we could do like a whole entire show on haunted houses that we've experienced because you know what? People pass away in homes. It just happens. And whether you believe it or not that they're, hanging around, there are people that do. So that's why we have these stories. But anyways, I don't know. Should we move on to another segment?
Yeah. So what's going on with the agenda there?
So we're talking about like quirky, fun little facts about houses in the South Shore. So did you know that there are underground houses in Plymouth County?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, there are a few. So some of them are partially built, or they could be entirely underground. And it says providing natural insulation and energy efficiency. Do you feel like that is like sort of the way of the future, is living underground? I feel like there are some people that might believe that.
Well, this is weird because the house that we were just talking to, they moved to New Mexico in one of those homes.
Yeah, because they want to live off the land and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Grow everything and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that is a way of living. People are living that way. But there are houses in Plymouth County that are either partially or completely underground. There's one located in Plimpton. It's a terradome, which I'm assuming that it's like almost looks like a Hobbit home, maybe. What a Hobbit home looks like. Terradome. Yeah, it's consisting of concrete dome. What?
I think of Winnie the Pooh when I think of a Hobbit house. I don't know why.
I don't really remember what Winnie the Pooh's home looks like. I don't know, but it's made of concrete and reinforced steel, and it's built into the hillside, almost like a cave. There's one in Plimpton. I kind of want to know where it is. I want to see it. I want to see. I'm gonna have to ask Julia because I want to be like, how did you get that information? I want to know what the address is so I can do it.
It'd be fun. We could actually try to like get in touch with all of these homeowners of these homes and see if we can set up a tour.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun, don't you?
Yeah. I'm just looking at her notes. So it says this home was built by June and Richard Shire. Oh, like the Shire. Oh, you don't know. You're okay. Anybody who knows what the Shire is, you made the connection here. It was built by June and Richard Shire, who looked at many different models of homes before settling on building this one. So the one like more like a cave. The models were configured to form a custom earth sheltered dwelling, said Richard Shire. So it's a highly energy efficient home more than 27 years ago, long before going green became fashionable. So 27 years ago, how many years is that? So it's 2023.
I mean, I've been in my house 31 years.
1996. So in 1996, they decided to build a house. The Shires decided to build a house that was energy efficient. So there's like more. I wonder when like energy efficiency became like the thing to do.
Well, it's certainly a thing now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. One more. Okay, so quirky architecture. You're like not even paying attention to me. Plymouth County has its fair share of unique architectural designs. Okay, so from whimsical cottages shaped like mushrooms. What? Where are those houses? To houses that resemble castles or boats, you might stumble upon some truly unusual structures while exploring the area. I feel like a lot of these homes, like the cottages and stuff, are like going to be around where you are, because when we go on the boat with you guys, and whether we're in Oak Bluffs or in Edgartown, and we walk the streets, like the homes there are just so unique that you know where you are when you're walking those streets. And I saw the pink house that is it in Edgartown or is it in Oak Bluffs? That pink house. It's like notorious. Yeah, it's like this notorious. Yeah, it like went on the market and like you immediately look at it and go, oh my gosh, I've seen that house, because it's like this crazy pink house that like no matter where you're going there, you're gonna walk by the house. So it's like so notorious. Everybody loves it. It's like the Barbie house, and I don't know if it's still for sale or if it's sold or anything, but it was fun because like we got to look at the pictures on the inside, and I was like, oh, we walked by it for so many years, and now we get to peek in. Anyway,
now we get to see it.
Now we get to see
tours.
it.
We need to do tours.
Did you know that there is a house in Plymouth County that's made entirely out of recycled materials?
No.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It's known as the greenhouse.
You don't know these things anymore because there's no newspapers. I think that's a problem. I know that I'm like dating myself and sounding
I would read a newspaper. I would read a newspaper.
The newspaper's back.
Yeah. It's in Plymouth. It's known as the greenhouse. Duh. There's also a house in Plymouth County that is built on stilts, and it's in Manomet, and it's called the Stilt House. That's very original. But I feel like there's a lot of houses that are built on stilts, right? Right in the water.
Yeah, near the water. Yeah, they have to now because of all the flooding.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Lawson Water Tower in Situate is styled as a European castle turret. Did you know that? You're shaking your head like you knew it.
I've heard of the house before. That's why.
Oh, no, it's a water
I've
tower.
heard of it.
Oh, the castle?
Oh. I thought, oh no, I've heard of the tower.
The
That's what I've
tower.
heard of.
The
Sorry.
tower is listed as both an American water landmark and a National Register of Historical Places. Oh, the water tower. Anyways, should we do a
So what
break?
you don't know in your own backyard. We can do a break, but I hope that we have some callers. So if you are interested in our topic today, let us know. If you're not, that's okay too. Just let us know what you'd like to talk about. 781-837-4900. When we come back, we'd love to hear your stories. We'll be right back. I love them.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call?
Let's face it, we all get to the point in our lives when our current home no longer suits our everyday needs. With ever-changing living dynamics, addressing your future is all about right-sizing. You know, finding the right size home for you right now. Are you having difficulty with navigating multiple levels in your home? Are you finding that yard work is taking up all of your free time? Do the home maintenance projects seem never ending? Let us help you find the right size for you right now. I'm Sharon McNamara, the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Let's face it, we all get to the point in our lives when our current home no longer suits our everyday needs. With ever-changing living dynamics, addressing your future is all about right-sizing. You know, finding the right size home for you right now. Are you finding yourself in an unexpected circumstance? Are you worried about a loved one living alone? Does multi-generational living make the most sense for you? Let us help you find the right size for you right now. I'm Sharon McNamara, the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000.
We now return to Talk Real Estate, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services on 95.9 WATD.
And we are back. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable.
I am the key master.
I am the gatekeeper.
Oh, Tim, you have jokes.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, that's from a famous movie. Did you recognize that?
Is it from The Signing?
No, that was Rick Moranis and Sigourney Weaver from Ghostbusters 1 when she was Zool.
Oh,
Yeah, when she got taken over by the spirit and everything.
oh, she's being taken over by the spirit. That's what
Yeah.
happens, Sharon, when you
That's right.
relax with ghosts all around you and you let them enter you. Okay.
I know. Well, I can't. I got to get them out. Hey, Tim, what are you thinking about this topic? Do you believe in all this, or what are your thoughts? You intrigued?
I think we
I
lost
don't know if you
him.
can hear me.
I'm sorry, ladies. What was the question?
I was like, how do you feel about this topic? I mean, do you believe, or are you a not believer?
I gotta say, I kind of believe because I actually I attended a few years ago in P-Town. There's a show on TV called Kindred Spirits.
Ah, yes.
And what's his name? Adam. But he hosted like an event, and we experienced some hauntings and stuff. It was pretty cool. We had a nice dinner beforehand, but yeah, I'm very interested. And I do believe, because I had an incident happen a long time ago when I was a kid. And everyone out there, if you don't wear a bike helmet on a bike or a scooter, start doing it. Because
Yeah.
I was lucky enough. I did this crazy, there's this little jump thing off the sidewalk in front of my grandmother's house in Harwich. And I was on a little two-wheel scooter, and I decided, I'm going to try and jump it. Well, I didn't land it so well. And I don't know how, but somehow I walked back to the house with the scooter in my hand, but I did not fully become conscious again until I was sitting in the kitchen and getting my face cleaned up.
Oh.
Wow.
So I knew that my grandfather was buried not too far away in the cemetery up up the hill, but yeah, it's like, okay, something's
He
going on.
brought you there. He brought you home.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I don't know how else I would have got there.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
See, I believe in that.
yeah.
I do.
Should we go back to ghostly encounters, because apparently we have a whole list of houses that are haunted.
Yeah, I know. I want to hear from some of our listeners, though. I mean, come on, they have to have some good stories.
Yeah.
And why don't you do your gift card thing again?
Yeah. So if you have like a ghostly encounter, whether it is in your home or in an inn, because we have a lot of that going on, give us a call, 781-837-4900. We have a gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. We had 3 callers on Tuesday. Hello? Is
Yeah, I
anyone
know.
out there?
I was listening.
Yeah. So I'm just looking through our list. So obviously, because of the rich history that Plymouth County has, or really all of Massachusetts has, because the pilgrims came over, and it sets back to then. There's so many like sort of ghostly encounters that people have at inns. So we have a list right here. So have you ever been to the Lizzie Borden bed and breakfast in Fall River?
I did not know that that's where that was, but I have not, but I would be interested in that. Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. It says Plymouth County is home to a reputably haunted inn called the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast. The inn was once the site of the gruesome double murder in the late 19th century and has since become a popular destination for paranormal enthusiasts. It's not your typical residential property, but it certainly adds a unique flair to the local real estate landscape. It is known for doors opening, closing on their own, coupled with a mysterious floral scent that some say are the signs of the Borden spirits.
Oh.
The inn is ranked number 2 on the list of 10 best haunted hotels worldwide. Isn't that wild?
That's in Fall River, and we haven't been there. Well,
I know.
We need to do that.
Yeah, the article that we got that from it saw 75 hotels when making the list and ranked this one 9.73 out of 10 on a spooky scale. I wonder what that looks like.
Oh my God.
Spooky scale. Oh,
Oh,
we have a caller.
Yes, we do, with a ghost story. We've got Rick in Marshfield.
Hello, Rick in Marshfield.
How you doing?
hello.
Doing well. How are you?
All right. Yeah, I was in my father was a caretaker at the Jacobs farmhouse back in like 84, 85, and I was staying upstairs, and the other side's the museum part, and I went to pull the shade down, and I saw a figure of a little girl, long hair, just standing there. I'm getting the goosebumps now as I'm telling you this, and evidently my father and stepmother came home, and every light in the house was on because I was horrified.
Yeah.
And evidently they had a poltergeist come in, somebody, and my father, my stepmother, my uncle, and there was a spirit in the house, and evidently there was a little girl that had drowned in Jacob's Pond.
Oh my gosh.
So they go to the oldest dwelling, evidently, and yeah, I never forgot it. And
So
they're
is
there,
it a property that they still own? Or is it?
No, it's,
do you go there now?
Yeah, there's people there. I would imagine there's caretakers there still, and yeah, it was pretty spooky. Let's just say.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It does. It really gets. Now, do you ever get like in other places? Do you ever pick up on different energies and stuff too? Like, do you feel like everybody probably would have seen that, or do you feel as if maybe you're just sort of open to it?
I was young, so I mean, I was 16. I'm almost 60 now, so it was a long time ago.
Never forgot it, right?
Yeah, you never forgot it.
No. And they had a poltergeist come in and said, "Yes, there's a spirit in here." And my uncle's, I'm really wasn't a believer of this stuff, and he's really, has open eyes, but he said, yeah, the whole room got really cold, and everybody got really cold when the spirit came into the room. So I guess they're there. I haven't met one yet, but I was pretty close.
Wow.
And how would you feel about living in a house like that? If somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, you're going to buy this house, but we have a feeling that there are spirits in this house," how would you feel about buying that house?
I'm down. I would go in. I mean, I ain't scared of no ghost.
Yeah, you know what? The more friends, the merrier, right?
Sure. I mean, that makes sense.
Wow.
That's awesome. So, Mel, you have gift cards too, so we have to make sure. I'm sorry, I didn't get the caller's name because I'm not in studio.
My name is Rick.
Rick.
Rick. So
Yeah,
make sure that Rick, you stay.
Ricky Castoni. Yep.
Okay.
Rick,
Now tell
make
him
sure.
how he can get with the other stuff.
Yeah, Rick, make sure you stay on the line and give Tim your contact information so we can send you a gift card. Okay.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. That was a great story. We love hearing stories like this. I feel like the rest of the show is just going to be about ghosts.
Yeah. Have a good
Thank
day.
you so much. Enjoy your day, Rick.
Bye. Happy 4th.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, it isn't us. Like, so I don't feel as weird. But again, we want more callers because I want to hear other people's stories too. And we have gift cards for Dunkies or Starbucks right now.
Yeah. I'm just going.
781-837-4900.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm reading about Cohasset Town Hall. Cohasset is believed to have
Oh, really?
countless haunted buildings throughout the town, including the town hall. Cohasset's Italianate style town hall was built in the mid 19th century and was renovated in the late 80s. Over the years, many paranormal investigators have studied Cohasset Town Hall. Wow. They've brought investigators into the town hall. Some reported 2 or 3 ghosts haunting the building. The old jail cells, which are still in the town hall basement, are believed to be haunted by prisoners from the past. Oh, but this is a house in Duxbury. I'm not going to give the exact address because it doesn't say if people currently live there. So I don't want to whatever, but there's a house in Duxbury. In 1627, land was given to Mayflower passengers, John Alden and Priscilla Mullins Alden. And in 1653, the house was built. They praised in, I don't know, it says the couple were praised in Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, The Courtship of Miles Standish, as a great love story. So they must have been great lovers. The home is believed to be haunted by Charles Alden, who gave tours in the 1920s. It is also said to be haunted by Aunt Polly, who died at 93 in 1882. Recent paranormal activities reported a child is said to be standing in a window saying, "Where are they going?" and crying children and women coming down the stairs. What? It must be a place where you can take tours because how else would people know this? There's a child standing in the window crying, saying, "Where are they going?" Well, they don't live there, little kid. And then I feel like everybody. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
I feel like everyone sort of knows this, and this is why a lot of people go to this restaurant, but Sun Tavern in Duxbury is known to be haunted, which they have a fantastic pork chop. Okay. I don't like pork chops, but the first time I went there, I ordered a pork chop. I don't even know why. It was just, maybe it was the spirits telling me, just give it one more chance. Just give a pork chop one more chance. And I ate it. I ate the entire thing. And every single time I've been there, I've gotten the pork chop. So great pork chop, Sun Tavern.
Some gift certificates, Sun Tavern. If you want to send us some, we'll give out to our listeners.
Well, I love a great pork chop from there, and I love a great espresso martini. It's just great. It's cute. Have you been to Sun Tavern?
I have. Yeah, I have.
I like it there. So this section about Sun Tavern. Ever wonder which wine pairs well with a ghost? Sun Tavern restaurant may be your next reservation. The Sun Tavern, built in 1741, was originally a home before becoming a tavern in the mid 1900s. 1900s, same thing. I almost swore. Yeah.
Do you think that 19 Massachusetts Street may be haunted? Not haunted, but has spirits?
I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel anything when I'm here, but I know that some things happen, but I'm here alone sometimes and I don't know, maybe
feel anything.
Maybe it's welcoming. I know that you do.
Yeah, I do. I definitely feel I feel like the energy pulls us to it anyways. I mean, and we ended up buying that and making it a home to call our own for our office. So 19 Massachusetts Street, for everyone listening, is the home office of Boston Connect Real Estate, which is where our office is. And I feel like, when we did the renovation on the house, it was built in 1925. It's said to be a Sears home. I know that the family members, I want to do a full history on this. Maybe I can get John Buckley to help me, the register of deeds for Plymouth County. He is I sort of have him on the show, to be quite honest, because that's my favorite part of having him on, is talking about the history. but they say potentially it was a Sears home, and that the owners was probably like daughter of one of the Shepherds. The Shepherd's funeral home is next to us, and well, Henrich. So Henrich, interestingly, was big. They were builders, and they built a lot of the Henrich ranches in the area. So I thought, oh, look, they wanted me to have this house, right?
Mhm.
Because, and when we all signed the beam before Mark closed it up, when we took down that wall and he put up all those micro lambs, I signed it. You know, I am grateful to be the next owner of this home. I promise you, I will always take care of it. And we do. Everybody who goes in there loves it. They feel
Yeah.
that positive energy in that office. But there have been times. There was one time last year, and I was actually doing something in the family room. Well, we call it the family room. It's our like main office when you walk in the front door. I was doing something to the TV and the wires, and it was late, and I heard somebody call my name, and I was like, yeah. And I was like,
Yeah.
hello,
Sha.
hello. Yeah. But no one was there. So again, it could be my mind playing tricks with me, but I don't care. I like it, and I'm going to
Yeah.
stick with it. And I do think that, you know, they wanted us to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, do you want to talk about when you walked in and you saw on the stairs?
Yeah. So the reason why we ended up leaving where we were, we really liked our location before, but a new landlord. I loved my original landlord. He had so much faith in me. And in fact, in 2010, he ended up being, he bought Merchants Row, and he took down Merchants Row and did that beautiful, you know, place with it. And he was selling my building where I was, and my new landlord was going up astronomically on the rent, and told me he had somebody for my space. And I was just like, I'm not paying that. So weirdly, this house came back on the market as I was talking to this new landlord, who I hadn't met in 3 years, by the way, that he owned it because my lease was still there. And this house came back on the market about an hour and a half later. We were all in there, and it was all covered up. Like you couldn't even see it. Like it was weird that like I've lived in this town for 30 years and never really recognized this house. And when I walked in the front door, the staircase is right there, and on it was a St. Jude prayer card. And I took the St. Jude prayer card and I put it in my little binder that I had, and I was walking around and everything. And then I was like, all right, that would be considered stealing, and it's not mine. I need to put it back.
Can't steal
Even
the
though like,
saint.
the house, yeah, it was abandoned. Like there was, you know what I mean? There was, no one would have cared, but I just couldn't steal it. So I put it back on the stairs. The weird thing is, not maybe too weird, but like St. Jude was my patron saint that I did my huge report on in 8th grade when I was at St. Margaret's in Dorchester, and you needed to do this huge report for confirmation. So that, and that prayer card was right there. So when our offer got accepted, I asked the agent, I was like, hey, there's a St. Jude prayer card. Can I have it? He goes, yeah, you can have everything that's in there. So I was like, fine, great. So
Yeah.
there wasn't much in there but junk, but we ended up keeping that. Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. It was the
Yeah.
spirit of your saint bringing you here.
Yeah. What do we have for 10?
We have about
So
10
we
minutes
have-
left.
All right, I'm going to get off this track for a second, but do you want to give the number again, just in case somebody wants to talk to us about this topic or something else?
781-837-4900. Again, 781-837-4900 is the number to the WATD studio. Tim is patiently waiting for your phone call. Right, Tim?
I am.
We're giving
Can I add in a little real estate story
Yeah.
that actually just recently happened? Our upstairs neighbors moved out of the house that we are renting, and we thought they were all gone, and then they reappeared. What was it? Thursday night, Friday night, because they tried to leave behind some of their items, I guess, that
Yeah.
maybe they didn't want.
Yeah.
Well, our landlord.
Oh,
Yeah, our landlord's right on top of things, and because the agent came by that was showing it too, and earlier in the day, and then all of a sudden they appeared, and all of a sudden there's a table rolling out and stuff. So don't try and leave things
Yeah.
behind. They will hunt you down. You got to come back and pick them up or throw them out on your own.
Yeah.
Or you won't get your security deposit back.
Exactly.
Most times.
Right. Yes. I think
Mhm.
that might
That was
be
probably
what happened.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that generally will motivate somebody when they have to give up, you
Yeah,
know,
just
a month's rent,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
So,
Really.
yeah. We should do a whole show on rentals and things like that. So we'll put that on our list. That's a good idea. Or even we've talked about final walkthroughs and things in the past too. Those can be nightmares. I want to tell one other story. This is more of a fun fact than it is like a haunting type thing. But the house that I was talking about, where the shipbuilder had owned the land and everything, I had learned from the woman who had done the article for me, and I still have that article actually in one of my files, about the Jones River, which is right across the street. So this house sat up high, and the Jones River was right across the street. Well, lo and behold, I don't think people know, like even the emblem, the seal for Pembroke is a little strange because it's a sailboat. It's a ship. And people are like, why would there be a ship here in Pembroke and you're landlocked? Like you don't have water? Well, they used to be able to go down the rivers. Okay. So the Jones River is very similar. It's very narrow and everything. You could probably do canoeing and things like that in there right now. Well, they used to build the big ships in the Jones River. And as they were building it, it would get heavier and heavier and heavier. And then they sort of,
We have a call.
We have-
Yes, we do. We have Donnie in beautiful Marshfield with another little ghost story.
Hi,
Ooh,
Donnie. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Very well, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. What is your story?
All right, now keep in mind, I live in Marshfield. Right? Now my girlfriend and I, we were doing some renovation work on our house, right? And now the owner, we think it's the previous owner. Because anytime we've done work at the house, something would happen. We would have lights fall off.
Yeah.
Lights go on. There would be ladders falling down out of the clear blue, right? Stuff like this was happening all the time. And then there was one particular story. We used to have these shelves, all right? This happened twice. They collapsed. Now, nothing broke on them. They fell down. It was in the middle of the night. And all the pegs that were holding up the shelf were on the bottom shelf perfectly lined. Nothing broke. That happened to us twice.
Wow.
did you ever have like fire alarms or things like that go off?
Oh yes. Now, anytime we had a family member pass away, there was one time it was her father that had passed away. My girlfriend's father passed away, and the alarm went off to the house. They had to have the police come back to the house, but nobody's there. Stuff like that happens all the time.
Wow.
It's something with electronics too, because
It's the energy.
the energy is able to like set those types of things off. So do you still live in the house?
Oh yeah, we live in the last house on the left.
Okay.
On a dead end street. Stuff like this happens it's periodically.
Oh.
Do you get spooked when you're in the house by yourself, or does your girlfriend get spooked when she's in the house by herself?
Not anymore. We're so used to it now.
Now you just welcome it.
Now you put a bear on the table for them, right? Because you're pretty sure they're going to show up.
Well, it's funny, but stuff like that, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's a great segment you guys are doing.
Oh,
But it's
thank
like,
you.
It's like when the shelf collapsed, we had glassware up there. None of the glass ever broke.
Wow.
Right? Everything landed, there's a whole bunch of stuff that landed on the floor, landed on the bottom shelf, but the freakiest thing, it didn't just happen once. It happened twice within a month apart from each other.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild.
It is. And we all hear different stories, right? To like, when a loved one passes away, like if you see butterflies, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or always finding dimes. Like I find dimes everywhere. And I believe it's one of my uncles. Actually, I had an uncle that got murdered the day after 9/11, which is weird because everybody was so kind to each other. By his girlfriend. And I find dimes everywhere. And it's weird because if I'm, having a tough day or something like that, or I always find these dimes everywhere. So I always say, hi, Uncle Gerard. So I do believe that spirits are around us. But that must be, Donnie, it must be comforting for you too, though, because you said it's happening to you when a loved one dies. So it's almost like these loved ones, if there's a spirit in your house, now again, I'm not a medium, but this is my guess, is either working through them to say hello to you, or your loved ones are coming to say hello to you too. And they're like, hey, the last time, so-and-so passed away, we just knocked down the shelf. So we know that will get their attention.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
it's like I have one more. I'll make it short and sweet. I have one more I'd like to share with you. Now, my father had passed away a few years back. Let's say like 5, 6 years ago, maybe give or take. And I go to see him every once in a while. I say, "Hey, Pop, how you doing? How are you?" Then there was one time, right? And it's like you have to have an open mind with them. I said, "Pop, I wish you could send me a sign so I know you're okay." Right? So next thing you know, the bell rings 3 times. They have a bell
Wow.
that rings 3 times. Right? And I saw that.
That's the sign.
Yeah. Right now, everywhere I looked, I saw that 3.
Wow.
And
So three is
my
your number.
daughter, like, yeah, it was just something about that. So it was reassuring for me. Hey, listen, you actually heard. You know what I mean? And that's but you never know. There's strange things out there. You have an open mind. Hey, you never know what could happen.
You never know. Yeah.
Embrace it. Yes. Well, Donnie, thank you so much. Make sure you stay on the line and give Tim your information. So
Already got it. He is free to go.
Oh, he is free
All
to
right.
go.
And I think we're getting ready to go too, right?
Almost. Keep
Almost.
talking. Keep talking.
Almost.
Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much, Donnie, for calling. We really appreciate it and sharing your story and listening to us.
Thank you so much, and great show, guys. I look forward to listening to you all the time.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Donnie.
Have a
Enjoy the
great
rest of
day.
your day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
We have
Yeah,
listeners.
So yeah, the topic is interesting. We
Yeah.
could go on for hours, I'm sure, talking about this, because as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of more. But let me finish my story about the Jones River, okay?
Oh, yeah, we're wrapping up.
Anyways, when they built, I just have to tell you, when they built these ships, this is just a fun fact, they would have a hard time getting them out of the mud. So what they would do is they would find the high moon, high tide. They would get all the kids in the neighborhood onto these ships. And as the tide was coming up, they would have the kids run from starboard to port, starboard to port, starboard to port. And that would rock the ship and out it would go.
Wow.
So there you go.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my fun fact. But it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Especially mine here in Edgartown. It's beautiful here.
And I'll be at Gillette
And-
tonight, so I'll be having a wonderful time.
Yes, Ed Sheeran.
Oh, nice. Oh, great concert. Enjoy. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I wish we had more time because at Melissa's grandmother's service,
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't get the music to go. It fell on the floor, and Ed Sheeran played Melissa's favorite song.
Yep. It was it was her sign to let me know that she loves me more. So yeah, it was a wonderful time. And everybody cried at that moment. So, but thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, all of our callers,
You're welcome.
listeners, everything. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Talk Real Estate Roundtable for any of our past shows. BostonConnect.com for our contact information. Sharon, I
And we're
miss you.
Tuesday night. Happy 4th.
Yeah, we're off Tuesday night. So happy 4th and happy 4th, Tim.
Thank you.
WATD FM Marshfield, WBMS Brockton. The South Shore's first choice for live team coverage of break.